Hello, this is a lesson about the need behind the no, which is a little bit of jargon for you that other people are obviously not going to know what you're talking about if you just start laying this on them. What it means is that either you're making a request or the other person's making a request. And if you're making the request, you want for the other person to know what need you're seeking to meet, because that supports the likelihood that they will want to meet your need. They want to meet. That's one of the things we humans want to do. We want to meet needs of other people around us to contribute to their well-being. So if you're making a request, you want to make sure and include your need, and then end with a present tense doable action language. Request, a request that it's intended to be a request and not a demand, unless, of course, the exception of when you might be making a demand. And then you're not necessarily trying to surface the needs if you're making a demand. You're certain your strategy is exactly what you want for time reasons or some kind of urgency reasons, or something that you're just, this is it, and you're broking no conversation about it. But if you're willing to have conversation about it, and you really want to have conversation about it, if you're the one making the request, you give the need, then the request, and then if they say anything other than a yes, then you use the skills you've developed in this course. And I think of it as kind of going around them. When I first began to do this work, I was I was training in Aikido, and I would think of Aikido of a kind of turning, a blending, some of the teachers call it. And that if I hear the no, I don't want to stand there and hear the no and then get into an emotional kind of tug of war with this person. I want to look at it from their perspective. I want to turn and look in the direction in which they're looking, metaphorically. And I want to know what needs they're saying yes to when they say no to my request. So you may not think about it as what needs they're saying yes to when they say no. But so you want to use the skills to surface those needs, using your empathy skills to say, so are you not willing to go to the show? Are you saying no about that, about the movie, because you have work to do, you have other plans, you've got, commitments, what's working there. And the idea is that, and I'm using an example of an invite to the movie show, to the movie on Friday evening. But the idea here is just the same as in a mediation, is that you want to surface the needs on either side. And that if you surface the needs of both parties, in this case, me, in this example, me, and the other person, if I can surface those needs, I'm more likely to be able to find strategies that will meet both our needs. It may not be a strategy that includes both of us, but it's looking for needs to get met. Now, that I've talked about the example of I'm making the request and I'm hearing anything other than a yes. I look for the need they're saying yes to when they're saying no to me. So then if I'm in the other role, if I'm the one who's receiving the request, I want to make sure that the person who's making the request hears the need that I'm seeking to meet, that I'm saying yes to when I'm saying no to whatever the request is. So if I'm being asked if I want to go to some social function, a Friday night movie show, I'd say something like, that's something that I'd like to do, but not this Friday. If it's true that I would like to do it, but not this Friday. I've got, and you can be as vague or specific as you want. I've got other plans that I'm not willing to try to get out of, or that I don't want to get out of, or that I'm committed to, and it's important to me to follow through on that commitment. So I can say it any number of ways, depending upon exactly what the context, what the meaning is. But by me surfacing what need I'm meeting, kind of consistency, reliability, trustworthiness, and so on, that I can then talk with this person about what might meet their needs. And maybe even, we can come up with something creative about how we might be able to do some variation that meets both our needs. The amazing thing about this is you never know if you're willing to relax, not be anxious about on being on either side, and just relax, go into being present, the listening mode, be able to just hear the other person, and then to respond in a way that is truthful and is honest for you, but has this kind of sense of relaxation, and that there's no urgency to it, no demand that you figure it out. Now, if you do have time urgency, and you do have some sort of time limit, and you need to deal with it, well, then you have to deal with those situations. But I'm talking about most of the sort of general run-of-the-mill, day-to-day kinds of things that you do in your work life and you do in your private, personal life. So that's the sort of the general structure. What we're trying to end up with is needs surface on both sides, the needs that this person is saying yes to by saying, what are they saying yes to? Their needs that are saying yes to, and that this person, the needs they're trying to meet by making the request, and by surfacing those needs, you're now in a mediation position. So this concludes the lesson on the need behind the no, and thank you for paying attention, devoting your time to this work. It's meaningful to me that that you want to make a difference in the world in this way, about how to bring more peace to your lives and to the lives of those around you. Thank you.